Christian music. Let's talk about it. I want to warn you guys about the dangers of blindly listening to just any musician that claims to be a Christian. Because not every Christian artist is actually a believer. It's hard to say that. It breaks my heart. As someone who's listened to so many different Christian artists over the years, all my life, it breaks your heart whenever you find out that, oh, they didn't actually mean the words they said. And it's not always easy to discern who's truly serious about God and who's not. Some people are trying to be a Christian, they're trying to find God, but they're flawed and they're struggling. So I was just listening to a playlist on YouTube of a bunch of different random Christian artists. And a video came up that was by this guy named Judah doing a song with Elliot Holcomb, and it was a good song. I'm like, yeah, that's, they're Christians, yeah, right? This is great, So I was sharing it around. I was like, this is awesome. And I feel like I've probably heard Judah's music before.
We'll see His majesty written in glory. His all of history was just His story.
So I was interested in hearing more of Judah's music, so I went to his YouTube, and the first thing I see when I go to his YouTube is Beatitudes family version, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. Why is there a family version? What does that mean? Surely that can't mean that's a censored version. This is a Christian, right? That doesn't make any sense. And sure enough, I went to the main song, the non-family version, and there's just straight up an F-bomb in it. And here, let's read the lyrics. Don't know what to say, don't know how to pray. I differed my hope, all I do is cope. I don't got the words, sum up all the hurt. I just want to cry, want to be alright. Can't be weak, can't break free, on my knees most days. My face on the floor, heart can't break anymore from the pain of the divorce. OMG, what's this for? All those treasures you stored. Hope and a purpose for me, but it feels like you left. Alone in the fight while you hide. Nail at the coffin at the funeral for my uncle's. Can't even say that on TikTok, but I feel so underprepared for the heck that's been staring me down. I'm a clown walking through life with my head down. Used to write songs that people played at their weddings. Now I write songs that are lame and depressing. What is this for? Is this a test? 'Cause I fail more and more. I suck fresh out of F's. Where are you, my Lord? I'm an idiot. Read the scripture. I saw that and I'm just shocked. And that's the last song he made. He hasn't made a song in a couple years, I think he's also part of this other band, Judah and the Lion, that has done stuff more recently. But yeah, it's just so bizarre. So I've been doing a little bit of a deep dive, trying to really figure this out, really trying to understand what's going on here. And yeah, it's just bizarre.
Oh my God, are you scared of these thoughts that I share? I feel so underprepared for the hell that's been staring me down. I'm a clown walking through life with my head down. I'm so light on cloud nine, felt so high now I'm just paralyzed.
I used to write songs that people played at their weddings. Now I write songs that are lame and depressing. What is this for? Is it a test? 'Cause I'll fail more and more. I suck fresh out of. Where are you, my Lord?
So I was going through all his posts and I saw one where he talked about touring with the band Need to Breathe. And I'm like, oh, well, they're good. It's Need to Breathe, right? That's the Christian band, right? I've enjoyed their music before. So I go to their page and I'm scrolling through and I'm just struggling to even find anything about God on there. They don't talk about God on there. It's if you don't talk about God, what are you doing? Are you even wanting to spread the gospel? Are you even caring about him? And there's very little about God on there. It's confusing. Like, I don't even think they really claim to be a Christian band, at least not anymore. So one of the videos Need to Breathe posted was all the band members answering this question of, if you could have an unlimited amount of anything, what would it be? And their answers were concerning. And the one dude straight up just said Genesis. Like the beer, alcohol. Like, if you could have unlimited alcohol, you would just have that. Like, this is not good stuff. They're promoting sin.
So stupid, but it's water.
If I could have a lifetime supply of anything, it would probably be VHS tapes.
If I didn't gain weight, some Oreos.
Family time at this point. Like, I feel like I delayed starting a family for so long, just for wanting to be, you know, because kind of touring and being on the road all the time, you know, doesn't make that easy. So for me now, having a daughter, having a wife that I love, and just, you know, beautiful memories that I'm ready to make with them, you know, I want as much of that as I can possibly get.
Guinness, probably.
These bands are promoting sin. Like, this is not good. You know, like, Judah having the F-bomb in his song, like, he's just straight up promoting unholy talk. Like, God tells us, don't let these filthy words come out of your mouth. You know, and I see that he's hurting. He's very hurt, and he's very flawed, and we need to be praying for him. We need to be praying for all of these guys. I want to be really careful with what I say, because I'm trying to figure out what the difference is between pointing out Christian artists that aren't really Christian, you know, basically like false teachers, right? Something like that, right? The difference between that and just straight up gossiping. You know, because I heard all these different things about both of those guys, Judah and Need to Breathe, about, like, behind the scenes, like, they're actually apparently pretty terrible people. But I gotta be really careful, because I don't want to be, like, gossiping about them, because that's not good either. But I also want you to be careful with who you listen to, because you may be listening to Christian music that isn't really Christian music. These artists making these songs don't believe the words they're saying. And that's really, really bad. And the craziest part is that the rabbit hole goes deep. It's not just these guys. It's a lot of Christian artists, a lot of Christian bands. I worshipped Relient K. I loved Relient K for so long. And I was going to go to their concert a few years ago. And then I found out that they were going to be touring with someone promoting LGBT. It's like they were okay with that. They were fine with that. It's not good. It's a mess out there. Be very careful. Have strong discernment with who you listen to, because that can be very dangerous. I want you guys to look at this comment. I've come to love Need to Breathe as a Christian turned atheist. If that doesn't tell you everything you need to know. Like, if the unbelieving world is loving these guys, something is really wrong. If you are proclaiming the gospel, if you are telling the truth about Jesus Christ, the world will hate you. When the world is celebrating you, that's a problem. And another artist that I really love is NF. He's awesome, he's really talented, but boy, has he gone so far from God. He's not like going around cursing in his music, although he has had cursing in his music because he's had other people in his songs that have cursed. So it's just, if you look at what NF used to be, where he started at, he did different songs that very much honored God, that talked about God, and now he's just so far away from that. You know, if you can even call him a Christian artist anymore, I think you just have to call him a lukewarm artist, which is somehow worse than a secular artist. Because God will spit you out. He wants you either hot or cold. You are either for him or against him. The world is obsessed with NF. He grew huge, millions of followers overnight. It was crazy. When the world loves you, you know something's wrong. If you claim to be a Christian and people can't see that, that's a problem. If they could see that he was genuinely loving God and promoting God and Jesus, they would hate him. They would hate him. That's what God says. That's what the Bible says. If a Christian artist is getting loved by the world, there's a problem. That doesn't mean God can't still use that, because many, many people are listening to NF now, and they're going to find his old songs too. I'm sure they don't love them. A lot of them aren't going to love his old songs like they do the ones that don't talk about God. But there's still good that can come out of that. But still, be very careful with what you listen to. And I'm not saying that you can't listen to some of these guys. Like, I don't think it's necessarily bad to listen to NF. Just be careful. Just be very careful. Like, I'm not saying NF's not saved, but he's not showing it. This really got me. One of the Need to Breathe videos, someone was like, if you didn't tell me you were a Christian band, I wouldn't have even known that. You see the problem? If you have to tell someone you're a Christian, you're probably not a Christian. If you're not showing it, if you're not clear, and a lot of people don't have the best discernment. I mean, there's probably people that think Billie Eilish is a Christian, and well, that's obviously not true. Pray for her, you know, pray that she would be saved. You know, pray that all of these music artists, especially the ones that are claiming to be Christians, that they truly would be, because it's a mess. All of these people need Jesus. Why it's such a big problem that so many in the Christian music industry aren't really Christians, because they have a massive audience and they have a ton of influence. And some of these Christian artists are influencing you not to follow Jesus, but to be lukewarm. And that's somehow worse than influencing you to be secular. At least according to God, right? So just be very careful with what you listen to. Just know that so many Christian artists aren't really who they say they are. Pray for them. Be careful with what you let into your ears. And I think that's what the Bible was talking about when he says that not everyone who you expect to be there in heaven will be there. There's people that are faking it. And what's the point? Why do this? And many of them, I guess, just money. I guess. It's so sad. It's tragic. If they could just listen to what they're actually saying and seek God. Pray for them. I hope this made sense. I hope this didn't come off as just trying to attack others, trying to attack Christian bands. I do believe there's a big importance in warning people about this kind of thing. We're supposed to call out false teachers, and while these artists, they're not preachers, it's still not that different, right? I don't know. I hope this made sense. I hope this blessed someone. Future me here. This video was filmed at least a few months ago. And I just want to quickly go over something that just recently made the news. Michael Tate of Newsboys has been accused of some pretty serious things. And, you know, I mean, it's obviously relevant to this video. So I just want to say, let's just be careful about that, because before we just go around assuming he's done all these terrible things, I think it's very important to say that we should be doing innocent until proven guilty. So I'm not going to accuse him unless he's proven guilty, right? Because people can falsely accuse you. I really hope that's not true, what they're saying about him. I really hope not, because out of anyone in the Christian music industry, like, you would think he's very genuine, a very good guy. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, I think that's so important to talk about, because it's like, I hope not, you know, but anything's possible. Some people are really good at pretending, playing the role of Christian. And it's also important to say that we aren't our past, you know, because I guess some of this stuff at least goes back all the way till like 2004 apparently, or something like that. That's like over 20 years ago. So like, I'm certainly obviously not the same person I was 20 years ago, but like, I'm just saying, some people change, you know. He might not be that same guy anymore. He may not have been saved, or, you know, even if, I mean, obviously he's been saying he's a Christian for many decades, right? But, you know, it's possible that, like, maybe he did some terrible things over the years, but since then actually got saved. Who are we to know? Who are we to judge? Only God truly knows our hearts, right? So it's just be careful when accusing people, but it's tricky. It's just a very tricky situation, and I also feel like it's slightly relevant to bring up Trump, because if you just saw, it was announced that Elon Musk is, like, after him now and saying Trump is on the Epstein list or whatever. I don't know. But I also, again, want to reiterate that, like, we aren't our past. It's possible that Trump got saved, like, actually genuinely saved since whatever he may have done, you know. Remember that half of the Bible was written by murderers. Like, Jesus can genuinely change us. Is Trump an actual Christian? I don't know. He might be the Antichrist. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I know this video is a bit of a longer one, but I think that's really important to talk about. So just be very careful not to just accuse people of the worst just because you heard someone say it, you know, because they might not be that person. If people were going after me, accusing me of being some terrible person, I would feel awful, you know. And it's like, you know, let's just be careful. But yeah, thank you guys. God bless you. Peace.